comprehensive look at inheritance in the USA. Hello and welcome, English learners. This is English with Billy, the show where we unravel complexities and interesting information about American life. I am your host, Billy. Today, we are diving deep into a topic that touches many lives, yet remains shrouded in mystery for some: inheritance in the United States. We'll explore how common it is, the ongoing debates around its existence, its pros and cons, taxation aspects, and the American public's view on this subject. Whether you are from the United States or are just curious about its culture, this episode will provide a detailed understanding. Let's embark on this journey together. Part 1. Inheritance in the USA, an overview. Inheritance involves transferring assets from a deceased person to their beneficiaries. Typically, these are family members. In the United States, it's a common practice, seen as a way to pass on financial stability and maintain family wealth across generations. Part 2. The frequency and nature of inheritance. A significant portion of Americans will either leave or receive an inheritance at some point in their lives. These assets can range from real estate and cash to stocks, bonds, and simply personal belongings. The nature and size of inheritances can vary greatly depending on the individual's wealth and estate planning. Part 3. The debate on abolishing inheritance. The idea of abolishing inheritance has its advocates and detractors. Supporters of inheritance see it as a reward for a lifetime's work and a right to pass on to one's family. Opponents argue that it perpetuates economic inequality and hinders merit-based success. Part 4. Pros and cons of inheritance. On the pro side, inheritances can provide financial security, support education, and fund new businesses. However, they can also contribute to systemic inequalities, as not everyone has equal access to this financial boost. It raises questions about fairness and equal opportunity. Part 5. Fairness, power, and economic disparity. Inheritance can skew economic power. Large inheritances may concentrate wealth in certain families or groups, affecting overall economic diversity and mobility. This concentration of wealth can have long-term societal implications. Part 6. Taxation of inheritance. In the USA, inheritance tax applies differently depending on the state and the value of the estate. In the U.S., inheritance tax applies differently depending on which state the deceased person lived in, and also depending on the value of the assets that are left. The federal government, and when I say that, I mean Washington, D.C., the federal government, they impose a national estate tax on large inheritances. Also, some individual states have their own extra inheritance taxes. These taxes aim to redistribute wealth and fund public services, though they are often a point of contention. Part 7. Public Perception in America. American attitudes toward inheritance are varied. Many people see it as an essential aspect of financial planning and a way to care for future generations. Others, mindful of its potential to create inequality, advocate for higher taxes and limitations on inheritances. Part 8. Inheritance and social mobility. Inheritance can significantly impact social mobility. It can either be a stepping stone for financial advancement or a barrier that maintains existing social stratifications. This impact is part of the broader discussion about wealth distribution in America. So there we have it, a thorough exploration of inheritance in the United States. This topic intersects with finance, ethics, family dynamics, and societal values. Thank you for joining me on English with Billy. We will continue to bring clarity to complex topics in our future episodes. Until then, stay curious and informed. Delving into topics like inheritance offers a glimpse into the cultural and economic fabric of a society. Understanding these concepts not only broadens your financial knowledge, but also enriches your cultural insights. Keep exploring and expanding your horizons.